So Tim's question is, should we avoid weatherboard homes? And so should weatherboard homes be avoided? We read that correctly. So this is a good one. Thanks for sending this one through, Tim. So I guess for me, I do not care if the property is weatherboard, if it's brick, if it's clad, if it's made out of mud. I don't really care. As long as it's going to get me a turn, I really don't care. I guess what I try and educate, a lot of people don't understand in terms of if you're living in Melbourne and Sydney and all you're surrounded by is brick homes, you looking at a weatherboard home just seems completely foreign to you. But you can go to certain locations, and there's lots of older towns like this in Victoria. There's loads of towns like this in Queensland where those weatherboard homes are actually the more desired type of property for that area. So they might actually fetch a more premium price and actually get you better growth as time goes on, because it just might be that they'll see those brick homes as kind of just not really fitting into that kind of town's culture or what they really appreciate for properties down there. Now, in terms of upkeep and things of that nature, I mean, it's not too different from anything else maintenance related. You want to be making sure it's in good condition. You're doing checks every now and then. I'm a big advocate. If you've got an investment property, you really should consider getting a building and pest inspection done on your home every few years, because for the sake of say $500 or $600, which you're going to probably get 30 to 45% of that back, that preventative maintenance is what's going to stop really large items coming into place. Now, weatherboard homes also, if you're buying a property and it's going to be a quicker flip. So there's certain clients that I work with, their main priority of buying an investment is to help them pay off their mortgage, right? So they buy an investment property, they're only going to hold it for say a 3 to 7 year period, and then they're going to sell it. So if you're worried about maintenance in terms of on that weatherboard home, as long as you're buying it in presentable condition as is, most of the paints, if they're Australian-based paints, are going to be 10 to 15 years kind of wearing anyway. So you should be able to ride that out, sell that property, and get on to the next one. The other thing is as well, is with those weatherboard homes, it can be actually a much easier way to make that property more attractive. It's really hard and really expensive if you've got a brick home to completely render the home and you want to make sure it does a good job and that the house is completely settled because it'll open to cracking, etc. A good paint can make that weatherboard home look amazing, and it's not cheap. It could be like 10 to 15,000, but if you're trying to prep that property for sale, it can also be a good way to purchase a property under value or at a good price. So it's definitely not something that I'd avoid. I'm actually pro weatherboard homes, but again, it's just got to be, if it's normal for the area, why you're trying to buy a brick home in a location where everybody else has got a weatherboard home, you're then going to have the ugly duckling on the street. So it doesn't really matter much to me at all, Tim, but thanks for flicking that one through.